confession. Before I was married, my last name started with A, and on that premise, I would have been the lead-off person, but I've been relegated to the S's. I just want to correct a bit, or maybe enlarge, Professor Gitlin's introduction of my being the former chair of the board immediate past of JAFI. In case there's anyone that doesn't know, it's the Sokhnut Yehudit, or the Jewish Agency for Israel, which is the largest, if one has the assumption that size matters, but it's the largest Jewish NGO in the world. And with further chutzpah, I would, in following Yehuda as a rabbi, I'll start off with a mini Devar Torah. Because I think almost every one of us here, not think I know, would agree on the intrinsic value of Tikkun Olam, that it's part of our DNA, whether we describe ourselves Jewishly as religious or secular. It's the perceived mission of the Jewish people to redeem ourselves by doing mitzvot. That the Jewish people came into being to teach the world the concept and the promise of redemption and to be a blessing unto the nations. And through that, we offer a community model of how to live and work towards that perfect goal and to work alongside the rest of the world in order to achieve it. But the sharing of values isn't enough. There has to be a commitment, and again, I believe we would all agree, to actualize those values, and also to pass them along door to door, and to assume a sense of responsibility until they're fulfilled. Each generation has a mandate to renew the covenant, because the act of repairing the world is so enormous that no one generation will be able to complete that task. And the covenant passed along to us at the foot of Sinai really created us as a people, but not just a people, but a people with a vision and a mission. Now, to me at least, the existential question before us, and maybe it's just my existential question, is should the energy and resources expended on repairing the problems of the world be at the expense of repairing the Jewish people? Now, the easy answer would be, and here I agree totally with Ruth, in spite of what we're told, that the potential capacity, human and financial, to do it all exists. With my prior hat on as national chairman of the campaign for all the communities in the United States, I can tell you that as healthy as those annual campaigns were, the capacity for giving is 2 or 3 times that. And because we haven't reached that capacity, that's where the dilemma comes in for me. Not that we don't have a very serious responsibility, back to Ruth and her circles, to reach out beyond us. What's the proportion? What is it that's being lost internally as our gaze appropriately goes more and more outward? There can be no argument that Israel as a nation and Jews as a people are part of the larger family of nations. And our history and our memory demands that we set an example, and we have, and we must continue to do so. But can we be a voice of social justice to others and not adequately affect what addresses our people daily? And interestingly enough, as I look out, I can't see so clearly the audience, but it does appear to divide itself, this existential question, and the response somewhat along a generational line. Domestic violence are Ethiopian. It's a very high percentage. And in this entire country, there are only 3 Amharic-speaking social workers. Just as an example. Recognizing the needs of the periphery in Israel and its importance geopolitically, and the fact that there is a huge differential in quality of life, whether it's the Bedouins in the south, the Druze, the Israeli Arabs in the north, or some of the 3 million immigrants that have come into Israel since the founding of the state and haven't found their place in society. I see the paper coming. But more importantly, whether I travel all across the former Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, I see youngsters standing in line to come on programs like Birthright and Masa, beginning their own individual Jewish journey back to the Jewish people, and through that journey back to the Jewish people, hoping to find and make deep connections to the state of Israel. If this generation of Jews needing this journey, wanting to go on this journey, don't understand what will the entire version or internalization of Tikkun Olam as a value, will that also be at risk? These are some of the issues that concern me as we have a larger and larger cafeteria menu of absolutely wonderful causes and needs to be met. I frankly, in my lifetime, have never encountered an illegitimate need when it comes to social justice. But unfortunately, whether we like it or not, there will have to be some decisions made so that we will be far more strategic in the issues of social justice that we feel we need to meet. Thank you.